Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. I have not sat down and filmed in a while, but here I am. So a lot of you guys know what's going on with Joseph, and I want to give you guys an update. And for those of you guys who don't know, I'm going to go ahead and explain to you guys what's going on. And for those of you guys who already know, I'm going to give you guys an update because fresh news is up. So okay, let's get started. So basically November 14th, I took Joseph to the hospital because a week before that, he actually like had a cold. He was, coughing, sneezing, like the regular basic cold symptoms. So I was treating it like a cold. I, would give him like little saline mist for babies. I would give him ibuprofen for the pain and all that. And I also gave him some it's like a natural medicine. I always forget what it's called. It's downstairs. I don't feel like getting it, but it's a medicine that has like natural ingredients in it. And he was feeling better. Everything was fine. So I think it was like 2 days later, it like seemed to have came back. So I was like, okay, like what's going on? So this time it seemed like it just came back hard. Like he got rid of it and it just came back and just dragged him. So I took him to the hospital, and there they told me it was like around 3 in the morning. He woke up, he was in pain, he was crying, and he just couldn't stop crying. He said that he was in pain, his body was aching, he had a fever. He actually said that his ear was hurting. So I took him to the hospital, and I told him everything that was going on and stuff. They checked his ear. He had an ear infection, of course. Another thing that they did was they actually did a chest x-ray to check him for pneumonia and all that stuff. And they said that the results came back saying that he has right lower lobe pneumonia. So they gave me some antibiotics to be giving him, and this was November 14th. What else did they say? That's all they said, that all he had was an ear infection. So they gave me like ear drops, and then they gave me antibiotics for the right lower lobe pneumonia. So I came back home, gave him his medicines, did what I had to do, and days had passed, and it's like he wasn't getting any better. Instead, the fever kept coming back, like it wouldn't go away. He kept getting worse. So I take him back to the same hospital, and they basically asked me what's wrong with him, what has changed, this and that. So I told them what was wrong with him, and they decided to do a breathing treatment. And it's a machine where they have to put like in his nose, and then it's like fog comes out. It's like medication to like help him and stuff. So they did the breathing treatment, and they gave him oral steroids for the breathing so he can breathe better, because it seemed like he was having a hard time breathing. Like he would grunt, he would like kind of like every time like he had to breathe and stuff. So I knew that he was in pain. So that's all they did at the hospital. The second time the first time I went to the hospital was Wednesday. The next time I took him to the hospital again was Saturday. And that's all they told me. Nothing else. Over the weekend, it seemed like the antibiotic, like, keep in mind that at this point he was already on antibiotics for like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like 4 days. His antibiotics should have been kicked in. He should have been feeling better. He should have been, like his fever should have come down already at this point. He should have been feeling better, period. And nothing changed. In fact, he was just getting worse. Like every day that goes by, he just seems to be getting worse. And obviously me as his mom, like I know when something is wrong with my baby. I know when he's hurting, and I know when something isn't helping him. So I called his pediatrician today, Monday, and and I let her know what's going on and everything, and she tells me bring him in ASAP. Like, I want to see him now. So I take him in, and she calls the hospital for the x-rays to get the copies of the x-rays and stuff so she can see for herself and determine what was wrong with his lungs and what the x-rays showed. So she calls the hospital, and they're literally giving her a hard time. It's like they don't want to give her the results. And they were telling her, you're going to have to wait because there's a lot of people waiting. So they were just being rude as hell. And it's like they were just trying to not give her the results, not tell her anything. So she sends me to go get him more x-rays. She told him, okay, so I'm just going to wait for now for them to send me the x-rays. And then for the meanwhile, I want to see how his chest is doing now. So go ahead and take him to go get more x-rays. So I go and get him more x-rays. When I come back, come to find out, the doctor tells me, she says that the x-ray that was taken in the ER in the hospital on Wednesday actually showed no pneumonia at all. There was no pneumonia, not in his right one and not in his left one. Like, he just had, no. Turns out that in the x-ray that the hospital took him, he had no pneumonia whatsoever at all in his right lung. It just showed mild bronchitis. Not once did they tell me nothing about my son having mild bronchitis. They didn't tell me that it showed in the x-ray. They didn't tell me nothing. Nothing about mild bronchitis. They said right lower lobe pneumonia. So the doctor, so they basically misdiagnosed my son. They didn't tell me what was actually wrong with him. Instead, they just fed him some antibiotics, hoping like, okay, he's gonna get better, whatever. Like, you know, just trying to like get rid of patients. So that's all that it showed in the x-ray from the hospital was just the mild bronchitis, and that's all. Everything else was clear. So now with this x-ray that I took today, she looked at it and she says that it shows in his left lung, not in his right lung. In his left lung, it shows a lot of pneumonia. A lot of pneumonia. And it makes sense because Joseph has been complaining that it hurts him a lot, like right here in his chest. And like he complains like it hurts him really bad. So doctor let us know that it shows really, really bad pneumonia in his little left lung. And right now he's in breathing treatments. He's on antibiotics. They had to give him 2 shots of antibiotics because they gave him 1 shot in his right butt cheek and then another one in his left butt cheek. And it's going to have to continue on till Wednesday. So tomorrow I have to go back so that they can give him 2 more shots of the antibiotics. And then again Wednesday so they can give him another 2 more shots of antibiotics. So that he can feel better now. He should be better by Thanksgiving. So I'm just really, really praying that he just starts feeling better. Because Lord knows how hard it is to see my baby like this. Lord knows how tough it is just for a mother in general to see their baby sick, let alone just seeing their baby just wanting to be in bed, not doing nothing, not wanting to eat, just, you know, crying, saying that their stomach hurts. So at this point, honestly, I'm just really, really disappointed in the hospital simply because they misdiagnosed my son. Not only that, but they gave him literally antibiotics that weren't even helping him. 2, that he didn't even need. 3, that didn't even like do anything for him. Another thing, if I was like, let's say if I really didn't pay attention to my baby, and you know, if I really didn't pay too much like close attention and saw the details of everything he does, the way he moves, the way he doesn't want to eat, and like just, you know, little things like that, and I would have went on by what the hospital said, my son could have passed away. Joseph really could have passed away with all that pneumonia in his left lung. He really could have passed away. And I'm just honestly, like, I'm just really disappointed, simply because it seems like they just treated my son as if he was just another little piece of meat and just ready to just get thrown away. So makes me really upset. And at this point, honestly, I feel like I am going to take legal action against them, because my son could have died. And I feel like that's what just honestly like hurts the most. And I just pray right now that he just gets better now. And that's why I thank God for his doctor now, because she's an amazing doctor. She knows everything she's doing. She's been his pediatrician ever since he was born. She's just caught it like that. Just by seeing him, by hearing him, by, I don't know, she has some kind of, I don't know, some kind of power. She knows what she's doing, and I'm just really thankful for her. But so far, right now, Joseph's symptoms, he doesn't want to eat. He coughs. It's dry cough. His body aches. He complains that his left arm hurts, which makes sense because of his left lung. I'm thinking like maybe the pain is all just right here. He's super weak. He like shakes. Constant fever that just doesn't go away. What else? He just wants to sleep. He drinks a lot of water, so he's like hydrated. He's constantly telling mommy, I want some water, I want some water, I want some water. So he's been drinking a lot of water, but that's all he wants. I think he's constipated right now because he just really hasn't went poo-poo. So, and he complains that his tummy hurts, so he might be constipated. But yeah. And also he has what's it called, infection in his left ear. So now with the antibiotics that he was injected with, that should actually help his ear and his lungs, his pneumonia and stuff. Now next Monday I'm gonna have to go down there again so that he can get more x-rays, and we're just gonna keep catching up and keep making sure that he's getting through it and all that stuff, making sure that he's okay. So yeah, anyways, let me show you guys how he's asleep right now. He's asleep. Is that a tear? My poor baby. But yeah, that's him, guys. His heart rate is actually fast also, but they say that that's normal, like when he has fever. That's gonna happen because it's like his body trying to keep it all together and trying to fight through and keep him strong. So yeah, guys, just wanted to give you guys an update and ask for prayers. And yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in my next video. And also I'm gonna be keeping you guys updated every single day, so I'll let you guys know what happens, and I'll go ahead and record tomorrow. I'll go ahead and vlog for you guys, so you can see his progress, how he's feeling, how he's doing. For those of you guys who have kids, you guys just stay on top of it and pay close attention to your babies and look at his symptoms, compare them to your baby symptoms, and hopefully you guys this can help you so that you won't end up going through this. So yeah, guys, that's about it. I'll go ahead and see you guys in my next video tomorrow. Love you. Bye.